I remember being 5 years old, celebrating my little brother's birthday. It was a happy and memorable day since he received many, many gifts from family and friends. In fact, my parents had even bought him a new PlayStation 3 that we'd continued to play for years on end. Marvel vs. Capcom, World of Warcraft, Sims, GTA. My brother and I have played it all. I remember vividly designing a house in Sims 3 while eating sliced fruits my mom cut. That simple memory of mine never fails to bring me a sense of childhood nostalgia. But as I grew older, I realized something that those fond memories I've made weren't always so positive. Whenever I opened the character screen and stared at a female character a bit too long, I started feeling insecure. Why wasn't my waist any slimmer? How could her face be so symmetrical? I wish I had hair as smooth as hers. I'd just sit there for hours and hours, comparing them to my puny 5-year-old body. It might seem silly to some people, and it probably is, after all. I was just a kid, a 5-year-old. I shouldn't have cared so much about my looks, but I couldn't help myself. They just looked absolutely surreal. And that's the thing, they're not real. In fact, those super slim waists and big thighs are biologically impossible to recreate in real life without any life-changing surgeries. Researchers Elizabeth Bemerowitz and Dana Mastro argue that video games contribute to the negative stereotypes women and other marginalized groups of people have to face daily. A quite popular and repetitive trope being the hopeless damsel in distress one. You know, usually portraying women as a hopeless, weak, lonely, feminine secondary character who simply can't live without their man, or even worse, as an end prize for the main character to win. A notorious example of this trope would be the Princess Peach from the original Super Mario Bros. Video game. We'll mainly be focusing on the earlier games, in which she's depicted as the love interest for Mario, who saves her from being kidnapped by the main antagonist, Bowser. Ever since the initial game's release in 1985, the developers had changed her personality and overall character arc to be more strong and independent. However, I still fully believe we should normalize calling out problematic elements in both old and new video games to make sure nothing similar happens in the future. Again, there are way more other problematic tropes out there, and this one probably just scratches the surface. But as it turns out, it can damage and affect a person's mindset drastically, especially a young, impressionable one. Since video games are becoming an even easier source of entertainment to access nowadays, more and more people are becoming exposed to these problematic tropes enforced onto female characters. Returning to the research paper written by Elizabeth and Dana, it concludes that the exposure of sexualized female characters can thus increase the feelings of self doubt and insecurity among women, which can lead to mental health problems, eating disorders, and even severe body dysmorphia. And for the boys, well, it can lead to misogynistic mindsets being formed. For example, a Twitter user tweeted about the main protagonist of the new video game Horizon Forbidden West, Alloy, and how chubby and masculine she looked compared to her design in Forbidden Dawn. He then proceeded to compare her with a fan edit of Alloy with very thick makeup, something a huntress would 100% have access to or even care about in the wild. It's ironic because alloy isn't fetishized or solely used as a form of sexual object from the developers themselves, but because it's so normalized for characters to appeal to the male gaze, some players will suddenly be shocked when they realize not everyone can maintain perfect hair and an hourglass body in the wild. Honestly, it's quite sad to see how normalized and engraved these things are in our modern day society. Since video games play such a crucial role in building an individual's skills and mindsets, I think it should be considered a must for developers to show positive female representation in video games. Since we as a society should actively spread awareness against the gender inequality shown in the gaming industry. Since the progress from Princess Peach to Alloy's character trait is proof that video games have evolved from the past few decades, though quite slow. Then maybe one day Other young girls playing video games can look at a character and not feel insecure about their appearance, yet instead feel empowered and represented by her.